What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Barcelona. Today we travel away from home to take on Las Palmas in the Liga, and then we've got a home match in the second to last game of the Champions League group stage against Galatasaray. We have played 2 games since last episode, both at home, and we've won both of them convincingly. I think we have 9 goals to 1 against. So at home, it's just not an issue at all, but still, away from home, we have struggled. Fortunately, we are still at the top of the table in La Liga, even if just barely, but we do have a game in hand over Atletico Madrid and a 3-point lead over third place Real Madrid. In our last 2 matches, we took on Lille again in the Champions League, this one at home, and we comfortably smashed them 3-0, and fully deserved. We were the much better team, even if we struggled away from home. And then we went to Alaves, and we put 6 past them. 6-1 was the final score. After back-to-back away matches, which we couldn't even score a goal, we put 6 past an average Alaves side, simply because we're at home. I don't understand the home-away difference, but it is massive. We've never really seen it as much as we have this year with Barcelona. Our past 6 away matches, we've yet to win. We have 2 losses and 4 draws in our last 6 away matches, and yet we've won every single home match this season, all of them by multiple goals. Against Lille, we tried to go to a 4-2-3-1 away from home with the double pivot in the midfield, and it did not work. We were not very good. They created plenty of chances, so we scrapped that pretty immediately. Then we played Levante with the 5 at the back, and we did basically nothing, didn't score a goal. And then we played Real Madrid. Same 5-2-3 that we played against Levante, and again, we did absolutely nothing. We are at least good defensively. Real Madrid didn't really do much going forward, but our attack is basically non-existent away from home. So we're still just continuing to test, trying to find ways to score goals and win away from home. And so we're going to continue with this to see if it works. If not, I really don't know what else I can go to. But the squad for this one is going to be pretty strong. We only have 1 player missing, and that is Yassine Adli. He's picked up just a little bit of a knock, only out 1 to 4 days. So we'll miss him for this one, but we've got Oscar in the midfield, and he scored a hat trick in the last match against Alaves. So I wouldn't have dropped him for Adli anyways. But the lineup for this one, Karna up top. Gabels is going to start on the left wing. Zaniolo also just coming back from an injury, so he can't really start. And so I'm going to go with Oscar in the midfield. I can play him on the left wing and bring in somebody like Boothby or Camera even, but Gabels can score goals, and we desperately need goals. I think we can be good enough defensively with this back 5 in the midfield. So we just need another player on the pitch that knows how to score a goal, and hopefully that can be Gabels. On the right wing, we're going with Nico Williams. In the midfield, Nico and Oscar. Left back's Ponzi, right back Alexander-Arnold, and the center back's going to be Nianzou, Leon, and Araujo with Ki in net. On the bench, we've got Stasinos, Pedro Porro, who's been in really good form recently. So he can definitely be an impact player off the bench if Alexander-Arnold isn't cutting it. And Arnold can even be played in the midfield or maybe even further forward as well. So there's a little bit of flexibility there. We've also got Cucurella, who's been playing pretty well, Boothby, Camera, Zaniolo, and Laranaga, who's been in pretty good form as well. But can they do it away from home? Recently, they haven't been able to. Hopefully today will be different. Well, we're now 35 minutes in. Literally nothing has happened. We're still not doing any better away from home. We've not really done anything. They haven't had a shot yet, so defensively we're still pretty good. But we haven't put a shot on target either. I don't know why our attack leaves Barcelona and forgets how to play football. Hopefully this could be a highlight for us. So as we look to build off in the back, Leon's going to find Araujo. Going to go inside to Oscar as a roaming playmaker. I'm hoping he can turn and dribble forwards, but instead he looks for a man. Look for a cross ball to Gabels that is just not there. Looks like they're playing pretty defensively. A lot of players behind the ball. They haven't created a chance yet, but we know if they do, they're likely to score. Every team scores their first shot on target against us. Malero now on the ball is going to go back to the center back Chust. And can Las Palmas build something here? Got a good defensive shape, but we need to intercept the ball and go on an attack of our own. Hernandez turns his man. Who is that? Turned far too easily, and that was Araujo, and so they get a shot on target. Fortunately, Ki is able to collect. Finally, another highlight, 42 minutes in now, and this might be one of the last of the first half. And a first half that's been very forgettable. Once again, we are atrocious going forward away from home. Defensively, again, we've been solid. They just have the 1 shot. But going forward, it's like these players don't exist. I spent $100 million on a striker, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not actually on the pitch. Nico Williams. We haven't actually seen him touch the ball until now. Luca Karna, his first chance, and it is about as weak as physically possible. So it is yet another pathetic half of football away from home. Only 1 shot on target, and that was that last one at the end that had supposedly a pretty high XG, even though that was never going in. Had nothing behind it, and the goalkeeper was right there. Just atrocious. Going forward, we are incompetent away from home, and I don't understand it. We just scored 6 goals at home. We go away from home, and we can do absolutely nothing. We get a pretty quick highlight to start this second half. It took us about 35 minutes to get one in the first half, but we're only 3 minutes into the second half. We've got a chance here. Gabels on the ball. It's going to find Ponzi. Nice overlap. He's got a player in the middle, He does pull it back eventually for Luca Carna. I didn't think he was going to. I thought he was going to dribble to the byline and then try to shoot when he's horizontal with the goal. Fortunately, he found the pullback, and we got our goal finally. And it is Luca Carna, and that one was literally impossible to miss. All right, can we do something now? We've got a goal, and we've got another highlight pretty soon afterwards. Alexander-Arnold looking for a man at the back post. Araujo finds Leon. Can we do something here? I only made a few changes. I went to positive instead of balanced. See if we can be more proactive, and, I mean, that technically counts. So it's basically a tap-in, and then a wonder goal from a center back. If that's how we have to score, that's how we have to score. And another highlight pretty soon afterwards. 55th minute now, and we've got a goal kick for Las Palmas. Hopefully we can win this and go on another attack. We head it down, but it only falls to Bianco. He's going to look for a ball to Franco. Going to get in behind, I'm assuming that's the left back. That is Ponzi. He's going to put a ball across, and they've got a goal back. Literally the first time we've really seen them do anything. They had that one shot in the first half that was pretty tame, and a simple ball across the box, and it is just tapped home when there's 3 dudes there that can defend them, and literally none of them are. Just like our attack is incompetent at home or away from home, our defense just falls asleep when they're not in Barcelona as well. In past seasons with Chelsea and Sporting, I feel like it was really complacency at the heart of all of our struggles. Well, this team should not be complacent. So how are they still this bad? Hopefully we can get a goal here. Nico Williams gets played through. Can he find a man in the box? He does. His Cabells hits the post because, of course, 85th minute. We've got a highlight. We only have a 1-goal lead. A ball in the box. Fortunately, Nyanza is going to head it away. And Cabells doesn't take any risk. He hits it long, but they're able to head it right back. And they have another attack going on. Nyanzu very, very comfortably heads it back to Kiai. Some good play there. We made a little bit of a change to our tactic, trying to go a little bit more possession-based to just try to not give them any chances. So far, it's not been off to the best start, but hopefully we can hold on to the ball and just not let them create anything. And hopefully just score another goal so we can just seal it right now. Araujo, there's our patient play right now. Slightly lower tempo. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the foot. A long ball, looking for Nico Williams. He's never going to win that, but a bad play by DeMarco, and so he's able to bring it down. Looks for Luca Carna, who dribbles past his man, has a chance to make it 3, and yet another weak effort. All we've seen from him so far are absolute atrocious attempts. The 1 goal was an absolute tap-in that a 10-year-old would have scored. Everything else, he looks like he shouldn't be playing at a professional level. He is just trying to pass the ball directly to the goalkeeper when he's a striker, a $100 million striker that has been prolific in every single competition. But we go away from home, and he's just one of the worst I've ever seen. Only 3 minutes left. Can we finish this out and get our first win away from home in the last 7? It looks like we have, and it is anything but convincing. We were the better team. We were the much better team, but it's still only a 2-1 win because going forward, once again, we are incompetent. With the number of chances we created, 4 half chances, 8 shots on target, 17 shots in total, we should be scoring more than 2 goals with the players we have at our disposal. At least we finally got a win away from home, but again, it wasn't convincing. And I still don't think we've solved our problem away from home. We still don't look as good as we probably should against teams like Las Palmas. We dominated them statistically, but it doesn't matter how dominant you are statistically if you don't turn it into goals and stop them from scoring goals themselves. They had 3 shots on target, scored 1 goal. We had 8 shots on target, scored 2 goals. We're going to have to put in better performances, or we're not going to win the Liga. Up next, we got a home match against Galatasaray in the Champions League. And the way the group sits, if we win against Galatasaray, we will finish top of the group. We are only 3 points ahead of Lille, but we've got a better goal difference. And more importantly, we've got a better head-to-head. We drew against them and we beat them. So if we finish on equal points, I don't think there's any way Lille can go ahead of us. So as long as we get that win, it doesn't matter what happens in the Lille-Lazio game, we should be topping this group and getting to the knockouts as a first seed. We'll probably play a slightly rotated squad against Galatasaray. I'm not as worried about the Champions League as I am La Liga and the Cup. So I think I can rest a few players, and we're at home. So I feel like whatever squad I put out there, they'll probably win 5-0. All right, it's time to win this group. We're at home at the Camp Nou taking on Galatasaray, so this should be a comfortable win. And we are playing our 3 at the back. At home, this absolutely demolishes everyone we face. So we should be fine, even with a little bit of a rotated squad. Up top, we're going to get Cabells and Larinaga, which is still a pretty strong pairing. Nico Williams going to hold his spot on the left wing, Poro on the right wing. In the midfield, Boothby's going to be next to Zaniolo. He's just coming back from injury. You need to give him some game time. Camera's going to play in the holding role with Cucurella playing at the left wide center back. The Ponzi role, which he can't technically do, but I think he's perfectly suited for it. He should be fine. And then Guehi next to him, and Stasinos has that right wide center back. And then for the Champions League, Raya's going to stay in net. So are we going to continue to look like one of the best teams in world football at home while continuing to struggle away from home? Well, we're about to find out. We get a pretty immediate highlight. We're only a minute in, and Galatasaray are on the ball, looking to go down our left flank. Fashion Jr., great name on the ball. It's going to go back to Fatih. He's going to go back to Efsan. Going to find Fatih again. Can we intercept here? Larranaga is all over it. He wins the ball back, and Pedro Porro with a beautiful ball over top to Cabells. Can he finish a one-on-one? Of course he can. Hits it directly down the goalkeeper's throat. We are going to see this corner, though. We actually haven't scored a corner in quite a while, it feels like. Zaniolo's going to whip this in to the near post, and we can't score this one either. It only is headed out to Larranaga, who still has a chance here on the edge of the box. He's going for Pedro Porro this time, and, well, not known for his heading. Highlight instantly afterwards, though. We've got another corner, this time at the back post, and we do eventually score this one, and it's a header from Pedro Porro. We hit it against the crossbar. I think that was Stasinos who got his head on it, and it falls right back to Pedro Porro. And even if you're not known for your heading, in chances like that, you can probably score them, and he did pretty well to take that one. So, of course, we're at home, so we are all over Galatasaray right now. Just so many chances going forward so far. Boothby, we're only 6.5 minutes in already. Larranaga now get played through another chance and another goal. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. When we're at home, it's simple. We look like it's just an everyday thing. It's a routine thing. We leave Barcelona, and it's like they lose all ability, all everything. I don't understand it. They can't do anything. They can't pass. They can't finish. What's the difference? You're just in a different stadium. I think my biggest issue is how he looked away from home. Wow, okay, another goal. Stasinos this time doesn't hit the crossbar. He puts it in the back of the net. But back to what I was saying. My problem is the way we look at home and away using this exact tactic. At home, we're scoring 5-6 goals every single game. Away from home, the couple times we used it, we've lost 3-0 twice and looked terrible in every single game we played. And yet, nothing has changed about the tactic. The players are the same. The tactic is the same. We're away from home, even against bad teams, and we still can't do anything. It just doesn't make any sense. So it looks like we might be going to halftime with this one with a 3-0 lead, and we've been just crazily dominant. We've already created as many chances in this first half as we did all of last match. Even more, actually. I was half joking when I said we'd win 5-0, but we might just do that, or we might even go more than 5. It is 3-0, and we've got our first highlight of the second half. We're 51.5 minutes in, and now it's Galatasaray with their first chance of the game. A ball across, and it's a goal. Literally, every single time the first highlight of the opposition actually attacking our goal, it is always a goal. And the defending is just absolutely criminal. How we can have 3 center backs and 2 fullbacks, I mean, they should be getting back, and literally no one in the middle. 2 guys behind our entire defensive line, both of which could have tapped it in the back of the net. Well, it looks like we might have a chance to make up for it pretty immediately. 55 minutes now, and they've got a goal kick. We should be winning this. Nico Williams, of all people, wins it. Zaniolo plays through Larranaga. Can he score this one-on-one? He just puts it wide. Can you guess how many shots on target they've had? It is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense. Every single shot on our goal just goes in. And it's just always simple for them as well. We defend so well for like 90% of the match, and then just terrible defending. Just they switch off, I guess. They get complacent. But apparently we're not getting complacent going forward because we got another goal. It is now 4-1. Larranaga with another. He might just have to start over Luca Carna. He has looked much better today than Luca Carna looked in the last match. And it's slightly a pretty massive difference. So it's looking like yet another dominant victory at home. We've got what might be the last highlight here. They've still only had 1 shot on target in the entire match. We've dominated them both ways. They've had 1 chance and they scored it. We have been all over them. Cucurella now playing on this left wing. He's going for a ball at top to Cabells. We've had these balls in behind all day long. And Cabells, I mean, that was awful. He blazed that so far over. Fortunately, it's not going to matter. We're going to get the win, and it's going to be another win by double digits at home. Literally, the worst scoreline we've had at home is a 2-0 win. Outside of that, I think have we scored 2 or fewer goals in any of them? I don't think so. I think we scored at least 3 goals in every other match and won all of them by multiple goals. And yet again, a 4-1 victory, an absolutely dominant match stats, and actually scoring the goals as well. Something we just cannot do away from home. So Pedro Porro is out for 2 weeks. Awesome. He's been one of the best performers in the team the last 5 matches, so of course he's got to get injured. But we do qualify for the first knockout round, and we do qualify as the first seed. Larranaga gets man of the match with his brace. I mean, I think he's got to start. We got to find a way to have him starting in our 5-2-3, I guess. Just drop Luca Carna. I feel like we kind of have to at this point. Last episode, we got 2 draws. This time, we got 2 wins, which is definitely an improvement. But I'm still not really sure how this season's going to go. Up next, we've got a couple big matches coming up. We got Batista away from home, which we'll find out how we are away from home against them. They're really the first good team we played away from home in a little bit. Then we got Lazio in the Champions League. We've already topped the group. We don't really need to show that one. I think when I'm going to come back, it's going to be somewhere in this stretch. As long as we can get past Athletic in the semifinal, we'll be in the final of the Supercopa, and I'd probably come back for that one. And depending on who we can get in the Copa del Rey third round, that might be the other game. Otherwise, we'll just have to figure something out. It might just be a one-game episode. Who knows? But it'll be sometime in this little period. That'll be next episode. So I'll see you for that one next episode. Hopefully this win against Las Palmas will pull us out of this funk we're in away from home. We can go on to have a very successful season where we can win the Liga and the Copa del Rey in year one. That's the goal. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.